putting a pause on future investments in education. That's what one of the state's largest school districts is being forced to do. Welcome, everybody. It's 12 News Today in AZ. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott McDonald.
I'm Emily Pritchard. This is all happening while Arizona's legislature continues to drag its feet with a big and decades-old cap on school funding.
Team 12's Jen Wahl joining us live this morning. Jen, a lot of unknowns heading into the new year for educators.
Yeah, good morning to you, Scott and Emily. And as you can imagine, it is a daily stress for the state's fourth largest school district, Peoria School District, still waiting for official approval to use $52 million in state education funding that has already been awarded to them. They say they're not able to use it until the aggregate expenditure limit is addressed and lifted. Remember, that's a 40-plus-year-old formula that's in Arizona's Constitution, limiting spending on public education. Now, many advancements have been made in the last several decades, and the Peoria School District Superintendent Jason Reynolds wants to see it lifted. He's not the only one. The state legislature has until March 1st to lift the AEL for this year. If it's not fixed by then, Reynolds says he'd be required to make cuts to his district on April 1st. It would be a devastating blow, he says every teacher, student, and family in the community would feel. Reynolds adding, with the $52 million his district has already been allocated, he's just waiting for permission from the legislature to use those resources to finish up the school year. He says there's a lot of confusion around the AEL for parents, community members, and employees.
What we need the state legislature to do is to get rid of that 40-year-old formula and put a formula in place that matches 2023 rather than 1980. We are pausing any of our future investments because we're waiting to see what impact this would potentially have.
That seems pretty stressful.
It's very stressful.
And when Governor Ducey signed the budget last June, he promised to call a special session to lift the AEL, provided he had enough votes. A bipartisan group of lawmakers insisted as late as last month there were enough votes, but the governor did not call a special session. I reached out to Republican leaders for comment here to see what's ahead in 2023. Have not heard back yet. Democratic Representative Jennifer Pollock, she did get back to us, says she believes it's critical to address the AEL in the early days of this session. And she said in part in a statement yesterday, if we fail to lift the cap, schools will have to cut 17% of their budgets during the fourth quarter of this school year. This could mean layoffs or school closures. And Pollock adding that she will introduce an AEL reform bill that'll keep the guardrails in place but will have a long-term fix so this situation does not have to be revisited year after year. Stay with 12 News as we continue to follow this developing issue. For now, we're live in Phoenix. Jen Wahl, 12 News Today in AZ.